Welcome to the Hello Plum podcast. This is episode 8. My name is Carrie, and I'm really glad that you decided to join me today for just a little break. I'm going to talk about what I've been up to, and I really appreciate you joining me. If you are back, you know that I've been away for a little bit. I think it's been 2 months, something like that, since I recorded last. Life, y'all. Life. So I am back. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to have a more regular schedule. I was really enjoying doing this every week, so I'm going to try to get back to that. Today is October 9th, and it is a Wednesday. It's really lovely outside, nice and crisp fall day. I think the high today is like 66, which is kind of my favorite. So I'm really enjoying the day, and I thought I would take a little sit down while everybody was busy doing other things in my house, and I had a little bit of quiet, and I would try to record something for you. You can find me on social media as I'm at Charlie's Girl 123 on Instagram, and my email associated with this channel is helloplumpodcast@gmail.com. So those are really the best ways to reach me. If you have any questions other than, commenting directly on the video here, I do try to read and respond to every comment. And I so appreciate those of you who chat with me back and forth on there. Always really lovely to get to talk to anybody who is part of this community. So, I'm going to get started. Today I have cross stitch, of course, but I also have been doing some knitting, and I have a little bit of haul, and I will show those toward the end, but I thought I would just start with the cross stitch, then I'll move into the knitting, my plans for each of those things, and then I will show the haul. And I wanted to talk a little bit about also what my plan is for this channel. I've been giving that some thought while I'm away as well. So, really, for cross stitch, it's been 2 projects. I have been almost monogamously stitched. Well, monogamous would imply 1, but almost solely stitching on these 2 projects. One is easy to transport, and the other one really just seems to hold my attention. So I will show you those first. The first one that I've really been working on, and I've been working on it the whole time. I actually thought I would be done with it by now, and I'm not, but I think I'm probably going to be able to finish it this week, is Wanda's Wands. Those of you who have watched past episodes, I think have seen this every single week, and I'm so close to being done. So I'm very excited. This is a Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit. I love their kits. This particular one has more back stitching and detail than than the other ones that I have had any pleasure to stitch on. And so it's been more labor intensive than I am used to. However, I really have enjoyed every single stitch. Let me get this out here and I will show you where I'm at. So here is my progress. Oh, let me get my needle minder off there. This is my progress so far. Oh, I just love it. And you can see there's Wanda. She's starting to show up, and you guys, look at these little tiny boots. I stitched those and I thought, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I'm really pleased with how this one is turning out. I really just have this sign here to fill in, this little bit on the, little bit. It's, hundreds of stitches, but they're bigger blocks of color. And I don't think there's any back stitching down there, at least not very much. So what I think I have done since the last time is pretty much, I think this whole bottom part. And these, I wish that the beads showed up better. They're so they're just really, really bright and lovely. And in the sun, oh my gosh, does it sparkle. It's so beautiful. So I also am really excited about this one because it has glow in the dark thread. And well, I love some glow in the dark. And that is going to be so much fun. I believe that she has she's pointing a wand here as far as I can tell to this cauldron. And I think that there's some glow in the dark thread that goes there with some sparks. And then over here, this does say Wanda's wands when it's completed. And then that is also the glow in the dark thread. So really, really pleased with how this one is coming out. And I hope to have it done by next week when I plan on recording again, and then I'll be able to show you an FFO because I already have the Mill Hill frame that comes with these, that's meant for this size of their designs. They're universal size, I believe, or standard size for their kits. And so one frame will fit any of these kits, and I happen to have one that's a nice neutral. So I'm really, really planning on getting this done and being able to enjoy it for just a couple weeks before Halloween. But yeah, this beaded garland in here, that is just the most fun. And her dress is going to be beaded as well, which I love. It reminds me, the wrong direction, but it reminded me when I think about how it's probably going to look at the end, it reminded me of, the 20s, what were they, flapper dresses that had all the fringes. I know that's not the intention, but that's what it reminded me of, and it made me smile. So I'm really looking forward to getting that done and into a frame. I have also been working on Treasure Hunt Bookshelf by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this one, it is my largest project, and it is going to take me years, years to finish. However, I find that it is always something that I enjoy. And once I start stitching on it, it's like I stick with it for, it just kind of stays next to my my stitching spot, and I find that I reach for it often. So I just sort of leave it and work on it in snippets and, just little pieces here and there. But lately it's really had my full attention. So this is a picture. I'm trying so hard to get the light right here. This is a picture. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs, like I said, of what the completed cross stitch will look like. And it's a big one. Really beautiful. This is just I believe this is just the standard one. It's not one of the max colors or the super size. And it is the first Heaven and Earth design that I ever purchased. So I didn't have a lot of experience at the time that I purchased it. I wasn't really familiar with, any of it. And as I think a lot of cross stitchers would agree, they can be intimidating. And so I think the idea of having more colors than I needed to, to get the design, it just was overwhelming. So I chose just the standard regular chart. It does have 90 colors. And while that seems like a lot, now that I'm stitching it, I kind of wish, because some of the detail in there is just amazing, I kind of wish that I had been bold enough or maybe known enough to get the max color chart. I know that it's a lot more confetti, but I'm wondering if it wouldn't have been worth it for the detail. So here's where I'm at, and I'm going to really try to get this all in the frame because, like I said, biggins. But I have made my way. Ooh, can I get it all in there? I sure can. Yes. So I'll bring it closer in just a second so that you all can see closer. But this is where I am. I'm all the way. This is the very end over here. That is the end of the design. So It is about the size of like a poster. And it's really, really beautiful. I just love it. But like I said, I'm wondering if it wouldn't have been a good idea to get that max chart or max color chart, just because I wish the detail was crisper. I am working on an 18 count. I think this is an easy grid, easy count, some sort of pre-gridded fabric. You can see it on there, which really helps with these full coverage charts. But I feel like the detail could be crisper. But I'm also staring at it, you know, right here instead of where normal people are going to look at it, which is back here. So yeah, I'll just slowly go across so you can see. I'm really excited to come back and start working across this way in the second row of pages. This is, I'm looking forward to seeing the little person. There's somebody swinging here, and seeing how that comes out. But I mean, it really, no doubt, it's beautiful. And this is my, you know, work of art. They all have my heart in them. But this one, I'm really proud of this. Look at the bubbles. I don't know how do they do that? And the little ballerina, isn't she sweet? She reminds me of a jewelry box that I had when I was a little girl, and you'd lift the lid and she was on a spring and she'd stand up and it played music and she would twirl. And that's what I think of every time I see her in there. I love this star. I think that's so beautiful. And the owl, oh my gosh. And then here is this, I don't know, pavilion or tent or whatever. And you can see the horse here, but he actually has, I think it's a seahorse bottom. Absolutely, I think he's a seahorse. Absolutely gorgeous. And then here are this hot air balloon and this basket down here. This is where I started really thinking about whether or not Max Colors would have been worth it, because there is somebody sitting in this basket. And you can see right there, I hope you can see, the head of that person. But it's not as crisp as I would like. And this hot air balloon too, in the picture itself, there's more detail in here. And I don't know. I just didn't know. And I'm not dissatisfied enough with it to not complete it. I am not starting over. That is not happening. That being said, I think in the future, and I have with the other charts that I've purchased, I've gone to a smaller count fabric, and I also, I think that's going to help. But in the future, I probably will purchase all of the Max Colors. And here you can see the top of the lighthouse coming in. So I'm just going to finish this little bit. And then I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go all the way back here and work across, or if I want to finish this out first. I probably will finish this right here part out first. I've been doing a combination. This has also been a good tester for me as far as what method I like to stitch with, because I don't think you can really see them. Well, I'm fairly certain you can't, but I know they're there. Column lines from when I started this, because I was, stitching in columns. Again, some people have no problem with column lines. They're hard and they don't always come out. So I started to see them happening and I thought, boy, I got to switch this. So, I tried a couple different things. I'm sure I don't even remember everything I tried, because I've been stitching on this. I think I started it in 2018. So, that's a lot of years. I hope I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. I'm going to need to keep cruising. But anyway, column lines were starting to develop and you could see the grid in the fabric. And I really was not wanting that all over the piece. So I think I went to a diagonal at that point, which is what happened here. So yep, I went to a diagonal, and then I saw the, who was it? The Stitchin' Mommy. She showed her typewriter method. And I started with the typewriter method, which is where you pick a symbol in the highest, like the top portion of where you're stitching. She has a tutorial that'll explain it way better than me. Plus she's fabulous. So go look at that instead of at what I'm about to tell you. But you pick a symbol in the top line of where you're stitching. And you stitch that all the way across. I think she goes through the 10 by 10 squares across until the thread runs out. And Pattern Keeper is what I use for this chart, and it is a total lifesaver. It helps so much with counting, with not missing stitches, because it highlights them for you. It's lovely. But I was doing that for a while and liking it. But again, you know, as you progress and you see how the piece is starting to, you know, emerge, sometimes you see things as you don't see when you only have, you know, 100 stitches in a certain method. So after I had done that for a while, I discovered Gemma Stitches, who is amazing. She does stitch with me's that I just love. I just absolutely love to watch her stitch. And I think once a month, maybe, she shows her projects, and everything that I've seen her work on is full coverage. I think they're all Heaven and Earth designs. I could be wrong. But a lot of full coverage, and she shows her work just in these quick little videos once a month, and it's so much fun to see the progress she makes. And she's very intentional about the way she progresses across the page. So I started trying her method, and it has changed a couple times, and I've sort of found my own, you know, way, which all of us do. But I think I'm going to go back to doing that, because what it does is you start in the, I want to say the topmost leftmost would be where I would start. Everybody else, you know, you move across your page different. Some people start in the middle. Some people start in the bottom. I start top left all the time. So you start here, and then instead of skipping around, like you can see, I've got, you know, stitches over here because I was doing some cross country with that typewriter method. You stay right here and you don't skip any stitches, and you just move out. It's like kind of like water spreading across the page, where you fill everything in as you go. And I find that my stitching looks neater. It looks flatter. You won't be able to tell, but I did it through here, and this was a ton of confetti. I was not ready. This was so much confetti, so many different colors, a lot of color changing, but it's smooth. It looks so lovely, where other areas where I carried my threads across, you really can tell that there's, okay, I can tell that there is bulk back there. And I don't think I love that. So although this method of, you know, starting out slow and spreading out, hitting every color and every stitch as you go and kind of following the pattern of the colors, it does take me a little longer to do that. That being said, I really do like the way it looks better. And I think I'm going to go back to that, because a piece this size, are you kidding? Why do it if you're not gonna, you know, it's not something you're gonna rush through. At least I'm not. So yeah, so there's one final look. Oh, this shooting star, so gorgeous, y'all. It'll be a long time before it's done, but boy, am I gonna love it when it is. So those are really the only two projects that I've been working on at all. honestly, yeah. I mean, and with something like this one in particular, there are so many color changes and things that are there's so much going on. It's like a search and find. Do you guys remember what were they, I Spy books or something, where you could find all the different things in the pictures? Maybe they still make them. I don't know. But that's what this reminds me of. There's so many things that are, changing all the time, and there's a lot to do there. So really, really like that. That's it for what I've been working on with that. I'm going to continue to do both of those. The Wanda's Wands, I really think if I give it 2 solid days, even with the beading and the back stitching, I think I can get it done. It is my priority piece right now because, like I said, it's October 9th, and I'd really like to have it in a frame for at least a little bit, be able to say that I finished it. So I'm going to keep working on both of those, get Wanda's Wands finished, and I might start another one in its place. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll have to see. But the treasure hunt bookshelf, going to keep going. But because it's fall, I made a start on this last year, I think was when it was. I wrote it down, but I don't have that in front of me. But this is Glory of Autumn by Dimensions. And I have seen other people stitch it, and really, I just fell in love. I mean, come on, y'all, it's beautiful. It really is. Yeah, gorgeous. So here's where I am. Here are the threads. And I really didn't do much on this because I will show you what I do with these that makes them usable to me. If I'm not gonna, park the threads and leave them in there, and I plan on taking the threads off as I get, done with an area and I want to put them back on here, there's nowhere to reconnect them. So what I do, sorry about that, I just heard tires squeal outside my window and I thought there was going to be an accident. So, woo! That was alarming. My apologies. I want to show you what I do here. Oh, that gave me a here is one of the cards with, sorry, let me get this straight here. One of the cards with some of the colors that I have used. I take a hole punch, and there is just enough room on the back side of these cards where the flosses they're like glued between 2 pieces. I discovered that if I take a hole punch, there's just enough room for my punch, and I put it on the opposite side of the color, and then I put my threads on there like I would on a floss drop or a floss card. And that has been so helpful because these cards, they can really be something. So oh my goodness, they are really a mess. But here are those gorgeous colors. Fall. It's one of my favorites. I really enjoy the cold weather, which makes most people growl at me. But I really do enjoy the cold months. So for me, fall is lovely, but I love, love, love the coziness of winter as well. So here is, I don't even know how much I have. Oh, I have some on there. Here's that tree, and it looks like I was parking and probably doing 10 by 10 squares while I was doing it. But yeah, I'm going to work on it a little bit. See how much I get done. Just through probably October, November, and we'll see where I get with that. That is all the cross stitching that I have and that I wanted to show. I am going to talk about some knitting and just 2 projects that I've been working on. I'm really enjoying them. One is a brand new whip, and one is something that I've been working on, and I just need to finish it. So the first one that I've been working on, I have shown before, and it is the Drippity Drops sock pattern by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bear. Oh, I should have grabbed my sock blocker, but I didn't. And it is crumpled because, well, it's been in my bag. But this texture, oh my gosh, texture's amazing. And I have been, let me look here, I wrote it down. The yarn color is called Stonework. Isn't that pretty? Stonework, it's actually a 75-25 merino nylon blend. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I think it's just their Yarn Bee sock yarn, and I love it. So here is the second sock. I have completed the cuff and gone down, and now, and I am knitting this on ChiaoGoo size 0 red lace. I think these are 32-inch magic loop method. So there's the heel flap and the heel turn. And now it'll be time to pick up and start knitting the foot. And then these will be done. And, you know, it's not a pattern that I'm super familiar with, but I've been following it exact. And it's not difficult. Her patterns are amazing. And the instructions are incredible. If there is something that's a little tricky, I believe she provides tutorials. Just really, really great. Really, really great patterns. So I have been enjoying that. And the other project I started, this is actually the third one of these that I have knit, and I have modified them each time. But Tin Can Knits makes amazing patterns, and you can find them on Ravelry. I know that for sure. But they have a flax sweater, and then that's a really nice sweater, but I believe it's worsted weight. I don't love to knit anything in worsted weight. I don't. I prefer a light fingering or a fingering weight yarn always. I just do. I find it's easiest on my hands, and heavier things tend to be difficult for me to wear. So they came out with a flax sweater that is made out of fingering weight yarn a long time ago, and I purchased the pattern and I knit it and I fell in love. So then I knit a second one, and when I went back to look the pattern up again, they had changed the name. It used to be the Flax Light sweater, and now it's called Flax Sock, I believe. So still the same pattern, but the name change was, I had to really look. I thought, where did it go? So I am knitting this Flax Sock sweater out of Knit Picks palette, which is a fingering weight wool. It's 100% wool yarn. It's wonderful for everything, if you ask me. It's super budget friendly, wears wonderfully. This color is called Mineral, and I got some ends here because I switched balls. It's going to be very difficult for you to see because it's all scrunched up on the needles right now, but you can see this color. Like I said, it's called Mineral, and it's this beautiful, that's actually pretty accurate. It's a purple, but it's got a really gray hue to it, and it's a heather. It's a mineral heather. That's the name of the color. And so it's just got this beautiful depth to it, and I absolutely love it. So this is the collar. Cute, right? And then you can see the shoulder increases. It is a raglan style sweater. So you start with the neck and then you work down. It's a free pattern, by the way, and I would strongly recommend knitting anything by them. They're wonderful. Patterns are so well written. So, and I did not realize they have a Tin Can Knits app which is amazing. And I think there's 10 free patterns on there, and this is one of them. So you can see the shoulder increases here, and they're so nice. I love them because there aren't, let me see if I can get this on my hand here. I love them because there's no hole. It's just this nice looking increase. And the drape and the fit of this sweater is something I enjoy every single time. This time I'm thinking about making it, I am making a size larger than I have in the past, and I'm thinking about making it a little longer, more tunic like. And maybe instead of doing ribbing on the cuff, I'm thinking about doing a seed stitch for the cuff. I'm going to do 3/4 length sleeves, and I'm thinking about doing a seed stitch band for the cuff instead of ribbing, and a seed stitch band at the bottom as well instead of ribbing. But we shall see what the mood is when I work on it. But I'm really enjoying it. I actually started it and then purchased a book series that I know everybody is talking about right now, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have read some of her other things, and she's amazing, but I had never read these. So I had a birthday recently, and one of the things that I asked for was to be able to get the series to read. And my husband got me that gift, and I went back and forth about whether or not to get physical books or put it on the Kindle. And ultimately, I decided to put it on my Kindle because it's sweater knitting season, and that is, stockinette stitching for days. And I can read on my Kindle while I knit said sweater. So I got them on my Kindle, and I've been really enjoying reading those books and stitching on my sweater while I do it. It's really been a lovely decompression for me. So normally I would prefer a physical book, but I thought, there's a lot of things that I want to knit where I don't have to worry about pages closing, and I thought maybe this time we would do it on the tablet, and it's been working out great. That is all I have that I've been working on. I'm just going to keep plugging away at both of those. In regards to my birthday that I just recently had, I did receive a gift card for knit picks from my daughter, which was so lovely. I love to shop, and oftentimes she'll get me one for 1, 2, 3 stitch. But this time my husband whispered in her ear that I really maybe would like some more yarn, and he was right. So I got this gift card, and I just want to show you real quick what I got. I'm hoping that this video didn't just cut out because something just popped up on the screen and I missed what it was. So continuing on and hoping for the best. Okay, so like I was saying, I got this gift card and I purchased some things I'm really excited to have. So the first one isn't going to seem like all that exciting to you, but this is my favorite sock yarn. I've tried, indie dyers and yarn producers, and I love their stuff, but Knit Picks Stroll has my heart. I don't know, I have made so much stuff on a Knit Pick Stroll, and the Stroll tweeds, everything Stroll, I just love it. So I got myself, this is just, I got myself a couple balls of this. These are 50-gram balls. This is Cobblestone Heather. And when I saw this yarn, I'm very drawn to grays and browns and blacks. I saw cabled socks when I looked at this. I just thought, oh, wouldn't that just make the loveliest pair of cabled socks? So that's what I intend for them to be, unless, of course, I change my mind. I also got just a little thing here, and I'm hoping you can even see it through there. I think you can. Well, you know what? I'm going to take it out of here. I got myself, this is a wire yarn stranding guide. And I enjoy doing color work, but I was curious about how this would work for managing, 2 strands of yarn or 3 strands of yarn or whatever. And I just thought, I've worked out my own way to do it, but I would really like to just, try something new. So this is what this looks like. It goes on your finger, and it has these guides that you put the yarn through, and it keeps the yarn from, twisting around your finger, which I just thought, it was not expensive. I thought, boy, that might be kind of fun to try. So stay tuned. I'll let you know if I like it and use it, or if I'm going back to the old way. But either way, I'm excited. And I did get 2 more balls of yarn also from Knit Picks. That is also from Knit Picks. This is called Static, and it is a fingering weight. What is it? 75-25 superwash merino and nylon blend. So this one, the Static series, at least when I was looking at it, all the colors were based on television shows, which I think is just so much fun. And this is a self-patterning yarn. I should say that first. It is self-patterning. So there are stripes and speckles, I believe. And there's different sections of each one. I'm really curious to see how it knits up. But this one is called Cabot Cove. And for you Murder, She Wrote fans, which I am, love me some Jessica Fletcher. I could watch that. I never get sick of it. I just never get sick of it. And there's like 1 million episodes. So that's amazing. But anyway, this one is called Cabot Cove, which is the cozy little, town she lives in with a crazy murder rate. And it's near water. So I thought this was just so fun. And you can see some of the speckles in there. Isn't that great? I just love it. I just absolutely love it. So there's that. The other one that I got is called Strawberry Land. And it didn't say specifically where this is from, but I decided that even if I'm wrong, this is where my heart went. And I think this is based on strawberry shortcake. And it is, if I'm wrong and anybody knows better, I'd love for you to tell me what this is from, because it's so, and again, it's the self-patterning. It has the speckles and it looks like TV static, which is why it's called Static. And the stripes. I really am, I think it's so beautiful. That mint green is not coming out true. That's actually maybe a little better. This here, you can see it's not gray. It is like a sagey, soft, minty green. So both of those are kind of outside of where I usually go as far as my pull toward different colors and things. So yeah, I thought, it was a gift. Let's step outside of our usual and grab something a little different. Okay, so I also have some cross stitch haul, and some of it is totally not my style, but I'm hoping that I am not the only one who just cannot leave a thing in a thrift store. How do you say no to this? These were literally, what I'm going to show you, were $25. You can't leave them. You just can't leave them. So some of these I will actually stitch. Some of them are not going to get stitched, but I have them, and I'll explain why. So this one is, it is a dimensions kit, and they are old, some of these. Oh my gosh. This is a frame-a-name, and it comes with, you can see, the mat, which, I mean, it's paper, but in the right frame, it might actually be lovely. And you can put, oh, I'm so sorry for the glare, you guys. There we go. You can put a picture in there. I won't, but I did like that you can just stitch that welcome there and then, you know, personalize that with your last name. I thought it was really beautiful. And the colors are soft and muted, which I like. So 25 cents, guys. Love it. This one is completely not my taste, but again, 25 cents. I could not leave it. And the reason I took it is because even if I don't stitch this as it is a totally unopened pack, and fabric and floss. Okay, so, you know, even if I never, ever, ever stitch this as it is, I will use the components of the kit. So this is a sunset kit, which I don't think they do this anymore. I think that this is long gone. It is small. It looks like, well, narrow. 6 by 16 is the design. And I'm looking, oh, it's 14 count Aida that comes in the kit. So for a quarter, sold. This one also, not my taste, but fabric and thread. You're not going to do better than this. And these are like unopened, like sealed. This one is Design Works Crafts Inc. It is 14 count Aida, and it is 6 by 22 Lighthouse Row. I am not a big Lighthouse fan, but I know people who are. And this might make a lovely gift. And even if, depending on, you know, the lighthouses themselves, you could just stitch them individually, even make a nice little small for something, I thought. So, yeah, 25 cents. This one I do want to stitch. I'm actually quite excited about it. This is a silk ribbon needle roll by Lori Birmingham Designs. And oh my goodness, this is 28 count linen. And it comes with all of the different flosses and things. I'm looking to see if I can see a date on here, and I don't. But it's a needle roll, and it's beautiful. I just love it. Plus, it looks like there's some ribbon embroidery on there, which I've always wanted to learn how to do, try my hand at. And this is small enough where it's not a huge, you know, investment. So, no way that one was staying there. I'm very excited. And it looks like it has the words hope and cherish on there. I can't see all of them. But again, whole kit. There's the ribbons and stuff in there. So that was great. This one, forgive me if you like this. I'm not at all saying that it is not worth liking, but this makes me laugh because this is not me. But again, 25 cents. This is another sunset kit, and I'm going to take this page out of here. This is a needlepoint kit. I do enjoy needlepoint sometimes. So there are parts of this that I really like, and it is in the kit as it is. It does have floss, and it also has like the wool that goes with the needlepoint. So it is a combination of both, but it just makes me laugh because never in a million years would I choose this for myself. But boy, you put the right price on something and I will pick it up. And I might stitch it one day. Who knows? Who can actually tell? So it does say that the finished design is 9 by 12. So, you know, it's a decent size, and it is a pre-stamped canvas. So that one might be fun. I also got magazines. I got one of the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts issues. This one is the February 1994. I have actually not looked through these yet because I forgot that I got them until I was getting out the stuff for today's video. I forgot that I got them. So I'm going to go through them. If I see anything that I think I might stitch, I'll show it on another video. But 1994 was a minute ago. This is, and I did get 3 of the Just Cross Stitch magazines. This one is October 1996. So it's got some fall things in it, which I was excited to see today while I was getting everything ready. And I'll have to look through that later. This one here is June of 1996. And I think I paid $0.25 for each of these as well. Which, come on, that's awesome. So yeah, very 90s. Isn't that cute? I won't stitch it, but it reminds me. And those were good days. And this is actually A Time for All Seasons. It's just cross stitch. It has a price tag on it from someplace. It looks like called Lee Ward's. I've never heard of that. So I don't know. But it is the January, February 1987 book. And it looks like originally it was $3.75. But this is, yeah, I'm excited to go through this. How fun. It shows there are some on the back you can see. I'm wondering. Looks cozy to me. All right, that is everything I can think of that I have bought, been given, been working on, but I did want to just take a minute and talk about kind of my intention with this channel. I have discovered that I need to really be intentional about feeding this part of my life. And I wasn't recording for the past couple months because, well, like I said, everybody's got stuff, right? So the details of that, not important. But I didn't feel like I had the bandwidth to do this. And part of the reason for that is that I didn't feel like I was working on the right things for what I thought my channel should be. And so, maybe I wasn't really working on anything. Maybe I was mostly reading. Maybe I was, knitting and not stitching a whole lot. Maybe I was doing all stitching and not really knitting. I mean, it just was hard for me to feel like I either had enough or the right things to put on this channel. And as the days went on, I started to realize that I really did miss this. I know I think, yeah, like I said, this is episode 8, so it's not like I have a lot of them, but I feel like it is enough of them to know whether or not I like it. And I do. I've really enjoyed getting to connect with other people in this community. There are some that I felt an instant connection to. It's really been a neat experience and a way also for my family to peek in. I've got, nieces, hi guys, who love to watch this, and other family members who this is really their way to see what I'm up to. And I know that they enjoy it because they've told me that they do. And I'm so grateful for that and for all of the encouragement. So all of that just to say, I really did reevaluate and I love this and I don't want to stop doing it, but I am going to make it a hodgepodge. I'm going to give myself the freedom to put whatever I'm up to on here. And sometimes it's going to look different from week to week. Sometimes there might be a ton of one thing and none of another. Sometimes I might only talk about, a book. Sometimes I'm just going to try to get on here once a week and have a video log, if for no one else, myself, and my kids one day, to have a video journal of sorts to show where my interests have lied. What's been feeding my soul and making me happy. I want this to be a collection of, things that are bringing me joy. And I hope that you will enjoy watching that. And I know I enjoy it. There are certain channels where, it is a mix of things always. And I love that. I think it keeps their channel fresh. And so I'm hoping that you will feel the same. I can tell you there will always be cross stitch. That's the lifeblood. I really do. Cross stitch is my whole heart. But sometimes I might feel like, spindle spinning some yarn. Sometimes I might, find a recipe I really love, which those of you who know me and know how I feel about cooking are laughing right now. But I'm getting better, you guys. I really do. I'm trying to just slow down and enjoy the things that I love. And I want this to be a record of joy and calm. And I hope that you enjoy your time with me. I've decided I'm not going to call these floss tubes anymore. I'm going to just call them episodes. Even though I'm sure there will always be cross stitching, I am going to just call them episodes because I feel like that's truer to what I think they're going to be. So I am so thankful for all of you that have commented, subscribed, liked my videos. It really has been a fun beginning to what I hope is going to be a long-term journey. So that's that. If you haven't liked and subscribed, I would so love for you to do that. You can hit the bell for notifications. If you have any questions about anything, I will do my best to put everything that I've shown and talked about. I'll try my best to link it. But if I forget something, don't hesitate to shoot me a message and ask. I will gladly answer your questions, and I would love to hear your comments. So I'm hoping to be back in a week and ish. Like I said, I'm giving myself freedom because life's a little restrictive sometimes, and time for a change of pace, I think. So I hope you are all doing well. I cannot wait to chat with you again, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.